So yesterday I meant to make this video, but it's that time of month, so it makes me a little sleepier than usual. Anyway, my nephew, Deshaun Wind here, who is a Manosphere Red Pill guy, even though I don't think he's Red Pill at all. I think he's something else in the Manosphere. As a disclaimer, I will repeat, no, we are not biologically related. We don't even look like we are. But you know, family members get with different people, marry different people, so I know anything is possible. But I went ahead and adopted him off these YouTube streets many years ago. You know, so he's my cyber family, not my legit family. Let me put that out there. I have to say this now, only because he has been taking too many L's for my taste. So I'm like, let me let people know in advance. So my cyber nephew, Deshaun Wynn right here, he is one of those type of black people. He's one of those type of black people who really loves a different race a lot of times, right? And that's okay. If a person wants to be a token, that's okay. I don't care if you're a woman or a man. That's your thing. It's okay being that only one minority friend, even if you're the only black friend of a whole Asian group or a whole non-black Latin group. That's your business. So anyway, you can see my nephew Deshaun Wynn here. He really loves to throw it back with those alcohol. He loved the drinkies. And look, I love when people drink, as long as they don't embarrass me. Keyword, okay? I love it because usually when people drink, their true selves come out. They share secrets. They say things that go against themselves. I mean, I still have that clip from the Idaho guy when he called his mom a hoe while drunk on camera. This reminds me when Crystal Swirls, who is a Nigerian, American, New Yorker, black woman, shared that the best type of white guy to date is one with a little racism. That was years ago. That went out the window. Then there was a picture of a group of racist white girls in that racist flag, but it was in a bikini form and all the black guys were under there. Oh my gosh, let me put a Steph Curry in her. Oh my goodness, let me do this. So you do have black people who will love the racist type of white people. They seek it out. And unfortunately, my cyber nephew Deshaun Wynn here, he don't like normal white people. He likes the type that are racist. So he loves white manosphere men who are racist towards other black people. So my nephew Deshaun Wynn, he's one of those type of tokens who like to maybe be spent one day. And since he's been hanging out with them online, he has been fired, he has been drinking more, and he stopped making videos. And when you desire racist friends like that, and they're manosphere at the same time, and they're racist on top of that, that's a lot, nephew. Nothing is going to go right in your life. Of course, they doxed you and then claim they didn't dox you. Of course, you lose your job but claim you didn't lose your job. Of course, you're drinking more and you're smoking it up. It's really sad, really sad. And my nephew here, Deshaun Wind, he likes to play peekaboo. He did it before and he did it yesterday. He made a little title talking about an update of his life. And I was so excited and I clicked it and he deleted it. So he's making little titles with no videos. There's no video, there's no thumbnail, he's not on camera, and then he's deleting it. So the last time he did that, there was no video. So my nephew, he's a tease. So he likes to smoke and drink when stressed out, and he likes to play Manosphere Peekaboo. I'm like, okay, nephew, I didn't know you like to play those type of games. But I can't be shocked because I guess it is a trait, especially you black manosphere types. Y'all like to ghost and vanish. That is part of y'all personality. So I guess this is part of it. I can see that. I don't know. Anglers, maybe he learned from y'all. So inspired by my nephew Deshaun Wynn with his preference in white racist men as friends who, if he passed away, they would secretly celebrate. Let's talk about how to be friends with non-black people who don't hate you. So yes, it's not just non-black women that, you know, maybe some black men go crazy about. It seems like they can go crazy about non-black men as well. So here's a guy who really wanted to be friends with this guy to the left. Now, personally, if I see this guy with the blonde hair and I don't know, the dark circles around his eyes, I would be like, he looks kind of like he might have been on something. You know, like this don't look like the type of friend for me. But for the black dude, this was definitely it. Maybe it was the sunken eyes. Maybe it was the dark circles. Maybe it's that low-key druggy look he had going on. The black guy was like, this is going to be my legit friend. Well, this legit friend handled business, unfortunately. And at least the guy survived. At least this particular token survived. And like I said, there's nothing wrong being a token. Look, I've been out when I was the sole token, but I'm not like a legit token because I do have black friends as well. But, you know, I've been the only one of a group. No big deal. But I do not hang out with racist, non-black people who clearly would hate me. Common sense. Look at this video, literally just popped up and we all know I'm gonna watch it. I'm telling you, like, unless that black guy got money, a green card, or even if he's in America, he better got coins, okay? But he gotta have something or they're not gonna mess with him. Because overall, Asian women, they prefer their men and white men. Mainly white men for the white DNA because they love making Eurasian children the most. They do. Nothing wrong with that. It's just pretty obvious. Anyway, back on subject thanks to Deshaun Wind here, my nephew. So here's another guy right here. He has no forearms. He has no hands. But somehow he knows how to pull a trigger with them nubs. Would this be an ideal friend for me long term? Someone who, I mean, where's his legs? I don't even think he got legs. So he's stomping around with nothing. Like, what do we have in common? Why am I his friend? But this guy right here with a very genuine smile with legs and arms, he was like, hell yeah, that's going to be my bestie for life since high school. And they got into an argument because his white friend was like, you're stealing from me. As if he's rich. You can clearly see he's not well off. And the black friend was like, no, I'm not stealing from you. And the white guy with the no arms and legs pulled the trigger and offed his friend of many years. So let's use myself as an example. One day a white guy approached me. He didn't look ugly at all, right? I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, whatever. I'm likely to say no to dating at the moment. That's just me for private reasons for now. But anyway, he approached me and strangely, as a first date, he wanted to take me out in the forest, y'all. Do that sound like a wise choice? Do I even look like I dress like I want to go into the forest? I might have a little campy voice, maybe, I guess. But in reality, how I dress, how I speak, it doesn't give forest. Low key, high key, it sounds like I might be a victim. First of all, the outfit I was wearing was very sporty, cute, low-key, sexy, pink top. Like I literally just came from the gym that day, like workout-wise. Like, do it look like I want to go into the woods? H, no. And I told him no, thank you. So look, maybe he might have been a great guy. I don't know, but I'm not willing to find out. Maybe he needs to find my nephew Deshaun Wind and seek a friendship. He'll go out in the woods with you. He will. May not see my nephew ever again, but it won't be me. And I shared this before. I was getting a pedicure back in the day. I know people doing a little boycott thing. And what happened next was a Flintstone looking woman next to me in the next chair. You know, very heavy set with the hair flat in the back. That type of cut. Short hair, white woman. She had like a Barney Rubble thing going on. Very bedrockish. And she wanted my attention because I had my headphones in while the lady did my pedicure. And yes, I know a lot of black people are doing the boycott thing. This is in the past, so don't come for me. Anyway, what happened next was she was like, remember, Flintstone lady, she was like, well, you know, black men, they love white women and light-skinned black women. And I was like, okay. So I put my headphones back in and turned up the sound. So she got the message. So you're already telling me that by saying black men love white women, well, it can be a non-black Latina, an Asian, girl, stop. It can be any, those type of black men, anything non-black, anything like, but I get what she's saying at the same time, those type of black men. But she didn't say it like that. But you're already putting yourself as this number one because you said light-skinned black woman second. That's a little too red flaggish for me already. And as a topic starter, not good. Would this be an ideal friend for me? Absolutely not. Common sense. Now, maybe a Crystal Swirl type if she said, black men love white women and peanut butter complected women, then someone like Crystal Swirls would fall for it. So yeah, there's non-black women who can be bad news for black women as well. Not just the non-black men, but I'm just saying, be careful. There's racist people out there who are undercover racist, but they always give clues. And I have heard videos of black men and black women who've been with non-black people, whether they're white or other type of non-black. And when the relationship is over, they all love to share, oh, he was racist or she was racist. You been knew this. You stuck around till you couldn't handle it anymore, or they dumped you. So there's usually clues out there. In this case right here, I read they found bruises on her body. Like maybe someone was fighting her, like a group of people. So it's so sad. She had a very attractive husband. She was an attractive woman, beautiful children. I mean, to have all this going on and you're securing your life and you go to a party and now you're dead. I bet there were clues they really didn't like her like that, but she ignored them. So let me give another example, but this was with a black guy, okay? A black guy. So you have to vet not only your own race of people, whether they're a black man or a black woman, you got to do the same thing outside your race. So this guy approached me, and you know what he wanted as a first date, y'all? He wanted to drive me here from Texas to Washington, D.C. So I picked a place somewhere in North Dallas. No, I do not live in North Dallas, but as an example, in Texas, look how many hours on the road I would have to be with someone on a first date. That sounds like a setup too. That sounds like he wants me to be a victim. I don't know you. You don't know my name. And as a first date, you want to drive me, not on an airplane or nothing, by car, your car, on the dark roads, because remember, day and night exist, to Washington, D.C., and this is as a first date? Isn't that a little questionable, y'all? And maybe he had good intentions, but I'm not going to go on a long journey with a person who's not even my husband. First of all, I mean, miles and miles away to a whole different, this sounds like a great victim setup to be R-word and be tossed out somewhere and maybe buried on the side of the road somewhere. I don't know. And for me, I don't do dinner dates anymore. I prefer lunch dates. I'll be open to a dinner date only once I feel like, okay, this person is legit. I can see myself long term. But for now, in the near future, I'll just do lunch dates. And I will meet the person there. And I need to make sure it's daylight. Obviously. We all can tell that Miss Elite, aka Penny Elite, will definitely survive a horror movie, right? So anyway, here's some more victims who got a little excited because someone was the opposite race than them. And I just shook my head. I'm like, man, this really sucks for them.
Let's just say this happened last week, okay? Even though it did happen in 2013. Sad situation where two young black men were mangled and ripped apart, taken out of here by white folks that they were going to hang out with. These young black men right here pretty much just handed these white people their noose. They were lured in, willingly walked right into this house, told that they were going to get some white nookie, use drugs. Very dangerous scenarios, actually two dangerous scenarios here. Now these young black men are Eric Glover and Terrence Rankins, both age 22. Condolences to their families. They were lured into this house by a white American woman by the name of Bethany McGee. Now, Bethany McGee says that she knew both of them and she lured them over to the house by enticing them with sexual favors. Basically, come over here and do this and I'm gonna do this. She was trying to get them to come over to her friend Alyssa Massaro's house. And you can see this girl has that Boo Bear look, Bethany McGee said that their initial goal was to get Terrence and Eric over to the house so that they can rob them. They figured that these two young black men had $100, so they wanted to rob them so they can get this $100 so they can get drugs and cigarettes.
And I had a feeling it would be the one with the purple hair, the Barney colored hair, who would be able to lure them in the first place. Not the other one, but the one with the purple hair. And he said, "Boo Bear, look." Okay, that was funny. So anyway, like these, all four of them up there, they look like they're really into some heavy drugs. Would this be an ideal friend for me? Any of them? No. No. Would the two guys be ideal looking partners? Absolutely not. But for odd reasons, these two down here, they fell for it. And now they're gone. Like, people are not using common sense with other races, but with their own, usually they do. They're a little more stricter. Even if the black woman is really sweet and nice and everything, I doubt they would still show up to her place. I doubt it. Now, these type of black women right here, were to try to lure these guys, they would still be alive today. Why? Because they're likely not going. But because the other women were non-black, I feel like they really were encouraged and excited. Like, oh my gosh, a white girl, like as if they're rare. I mean, I see white women all the time. I see different types of non-black type of men and women all the time. They're not extinct, right? But I guess they were excited about the sexual fun, and so they can brag. You know, they're going to go on social media and brag about it. And look what we did. Well, those people had other plans. And it looked like common sense to avoid them.
So Eric Glover and Terrence Rankins, they go over the house. They get there to the house. There's also two white American men over there, Joshua Minor and Adam Landerman. Now, this guy, Adam Landerman, he's the son of a local police sergeant. Joshua Minor is also there, and this Alyssa Massaro was also there as well. But the girl that seen him outside, she walked them over there. She lured them over there, okay? So now there are two white guys, two white girls, and two young black men in this house, in Alyssa Massaro's house. They're in the house, they start smoking, they're drinking and doing drugs or whatever. So after they finished doing drugs, the white people said, "Hey, I got a better idea." What's that? Let's kill those two black guys. We rob them and we kill them. So the white men proceed to strangle both of these young black men in this house. While they're doing this, the girls aren't in the room. The girls are in another room, but they said they can hear noises. They said that they heard one of the black men say, "Why are you doing this to me?" Obviously, these young black men were high and under the influence, didn't have control of themselves from whatever drugs they were on. And this is how these men were able to subdue them. So they killed the two black men, killed both of them.
See, my nephew, Deshaun Wind, he would have definitely went. And there's two white guys there. Holy shit, he's definitely going. So the black guys knew about the white guys, right? They were hanging out, and then after they hang out, I guess they're like, "Hey, you can F these white girls over here that we know that you were lured over here. We don't even know who you are, but the girls brought you over." Well, the Barney looking one. And they were down. My nephew Deshaun Wind would be up in that house, hanging out, smoking and drinking with the white guys while they're looking at him like, "Oh, we're going to definitely off him." It's a miracle my nephew is still alive. It is truly a blessing and a shock. Anyway, let's hear the rest of the story because I want to hear the rest.
After killing them, Adam Landerman jumped on their backs and surfed on their dead bodies, you know, trying to do some cool stuff so he can brag about, "Hey, I even surfed on their bodies." So now the girls come back in the room and they have another idea. The one named Alyssa Massaro, she always had a necrophilia fetish. She always wanted to have sex with dead people. So Joshua Minor, he's her boyfriend. So he wants to satisfy his white girlfriend, something that she always wanted to do. So he brings this idea to her. He says, "You can finally do that now." So Joshua Minor piled the bodies of Eric Glover and Terrence Rankins together, placed a beige sheet across them. So him and his girlfriend, Alyssa Massaro, could lie on top of them in the house. He said he had to do it because Alyssa Massaro told him that she wanted to have sex with a dead guy. So he wanted to fulfill her fantasy and arrest people. It don't even matter what they did. I mean, these three, all of them were involved, by the way. Alyssa Massaro and Adam Landerman, they got on top of these two black men's bodies that they just killed. And some of the descriptions and what happened with these black men's bodies, it gets a little too graphic. We don't even have to get into all that. One of the white men named Joshua Minor said that the bodies of the black men were making zombie noises, okay? So after that, they hog-tied these young black men, hands and feet together with dirty clothes and an electrical cord. And one of the guys, Joshua Minor, cut one of their faces off to wear it like a mask. Then they put trash bags over their heads. This is what the police said. The police said this is one of the most brutal, heinous, and upsetting things I ever seen in my 27 years in law enforcement. That's what the police chief said.
Jeez, let's stop it right there. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Now, were they racist or not? I don't even know how to answer that one because I think they just saw the two black guys as easy victims to lure. Maybe another white guy maybe would not be as easy to lure. You know, she's a plus size Barney type. I don't know. Maybe it would have been a little harder and it's a little easy. I don't know. But that is crazy and a terrible way to be murdered and to die in general. But, you know, if you don't vet at all, like you just only get strict with your own race and not others, I mean, things like that can happen. Same thing can happen, sure, within your own race, whatever you are, whoever's listening. But make sure you get strict with other races too. Like, something's off. No, I don't want to sleep with a druggy person. No, that person sounds creepy. Why do they want to take me out in the middle of nowhere as a fun activity? Like, there are red flags, but unfortunately, people don't get a second chance to try again. You only get that one chance and you're gone. Because there are white people who are not racist, who are not killers, who would make great friends, but people like my nephew here, he don't want those type of friends. He likes those other type of white friends who are evil and racist and disgusting and sloppy. But a little off topic, a little bit. So there's this manosphere guy. He's a black manosphere guy. And he called himself MGTOW. That can be anyone. So I'm not talking about anyone in particular. But I got an email about him from one of his subscribers, a white guy. And he said that the reason why that particular black manosphere guy don't like white men is because he's jealous of a certain particular white guy. Because deep down he wants to look like that white guy. And the white guy who sent me an email said he also wished he looked like that other white guy. I kid you not. And he told me never to tell anybody. And I'm not going to give any names. But he said there's jealousy issues. And deep down he looks up to, just like him, look up to a particular white guy who has natural blonde hair. And like loose curls. And he's in shape. He's younger than them. And low key, it kind of makes me think that, like, think about it, the pro-black sector of the intranet, they're so focused on white men, never the white women or non-black women in general who also can be racist. There are literally on TikTok white women talking about their role in slavery and how they played a huge part in it as well. So shout out to them for their honesty. But the pro-black sectors have trained black women to also focus on white men only. Literally. It's crazy. I mean, it would make more sense to focus on both parties. And then you have white women out there making videos saying that white men are obsessed with black men because we know why. They likely slept with black men looking for little brownie points on the internet from them. No one's stupid. But in reality, yes, there are white men who are obsessed with black men. But there are black men who are also obsessed with white men. It's both sides. You have those groups in every race on both ends. Because there are videos of white women saying that when they go out with white men, The white men want to know, have you ever been with a black guy? Well, guess what? There are black men online saying they question black women the same thing. Have you ever been with a white man? So both ends, not all, are doing this. But it just made me realize, when it comes to some black manosphere men, quite a bit of them, some of them really, would love to wake up as something else. Because if I'm getting an email, well, a message, several messages from a white guy he's not racist, he's not being funny, he's being honest, that he also wished he looked like the other white guy, telling me that a particular black manosphere guy, the only reason why he go back and forth with him is because deep down he wished he looked like him as well. And that just blew my mind. So it's not just the non-black women, it's a thing with non-black men. And maybe for some black men, not all, who don't want black women dating out, maybe they're concerned because they also want those non-black men for themselves. I don't know. I mean, this is getting deep and concerning, but deep. I mean, if you think about it, when black men are gay and rich, what race do they usually get with? Just saying. So outside of that, y'all, hopefully my nephew Deshaun Wind see this. This is really for him. So, hopefully he gives me a like. He did not give me his phone number because I lost it. He didn't give it to me again because I put my number out there, but I changed my number again. But at the time I did for him, he didn't text me at all. And it's really disappointing that my nephew did this.